So what would you say to people listening to the podcast that you have as a yardstick measure to try and prepare yourself for the next downturn, change in price of products and materials, pandemic? Like, how do you gear yourself up for crisis management?
Oh,
that's a curveball. Sorry about that. Loaded question.
No, that's okay. How do I make sure that I'm set up to manage risk well and properly? There's one of the ways is, there's going to be hard times eventually. Doing what I do and doing it better than everyone else around me is a nice buffer for that, right? I sell a commodity. I sell lumber, and in commodities, the lowest price wins every time. So making sure that my operation is efficient enough that when it is tight, I do have the lowest price is very important. It's a little bit into the weeds, but on the price risk management side of lumber, I trade lumber futures contracts, and that helps manage price risk. I also understand very clearly how I can work with my vendors and pay them a little more so that they own or are willing to own price risk. So if I can buy a 2x4 for $4 on the cash market right now, and there's a vendor who's willing to sell me a 2x4 for $4.20 6 months from now, I'm usually going to buy it for $4.20 and let them own the risk.
Yeah, it's kind of the aviation model nearly of buying fuel, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, you're hedging. You're basically hedging. Which is a great takeaway for, like, even the small people, sort of small business owners that we have listening to the podcast, construction owners. Mm-hmm. There's, like, you're on a macro scale. Yeah. But really what you're talking about is relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, keeping close to the supply chain. Open dialogue, communication, trust, honor.
Yeah.
Integrity.
Absolutely. We, lumber in 2020, lumber went up and was 5 times more expensive than it was in 2019.
Yeah.
And lumber at its core is a relationship business. So, that was daily phone calls with my vendors about what was going on in the market and what I could buy at, and then calling my customers to tell them what I could sell at that day. If I didn't have those relationships with my vendors in place, where and at that time, there were things you just could not get.
Yeah,
you couldn't get subfloor sheeting unless you knew somebody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was 100% the same in Europe. Insulation, for example, the timber was definitely a big hit, and then insulation was just like as if it was gold.
Yeah.
But like, it just goes to show you, no matter how much you document and try and prepare yourself for every eventuality, there's always stuff that's going to come up that nobody expected.